You stepped outside this morning, glanced at your feeder, and it was quiet, not a little slower. Not they'll be back later, just quiet. No finches, no sparrows, no cardinals. The yard felt empty in a way that's hard to explain, like something small but important slipped away. And here's what nobody tells you. Birds don't leave randomly. They leave because something in your yard warned them. Most of the time, it's not a hawk. It's not the season. It's something you've been doing for years, thinking it was totally fine. Welcome back to the channel. If you love seeing wild birds up close, hit subscribe, because once you understand how birds think, your whole yard changes. Today, we're going through 10 everyday yard habits that quietly drive birds away, and sometimes keep them away for good. These aren't rare, expert-only mistakes. They're normal, convenient things people do without a second thought. And stay to the very end, because number 10 is the one almost everyone does: good people, bird lovers. And it's the habit that breaks bird trust the fastest. Number 1. Your feeder is in the wrong place. Most people hang a feeder where they can see it: kitchen window, patio chair, right out in the open. That makes sense for you, but birds don't care about your view. A bird approaching a feeder is doing a threat check. Here's the problem. Before it lands, a bird scans for 3 things: escape routes, nearby cover, and predator angles. If the feeder is too exposed, it feels like a trap. If it's too close to thick cover, it can feel like a cat ambush. So the birds do what smart animals do. They stop showing up. The fix is simple. Give them a safe flight lane. Place the feeder where they can see danger coming, but also have a quick hop to cover. A practical rule is to keep it near shelter, but not inside it close enough to dash, not close enough to pounce. And once you adjust this one thing, you'll often notice the first sign within days. Not a crowd, just one brave bird. Then 2. Then the yard starts breathing again. And if you think feeder placement is the main reason birds vanish, wait until number 2, because it's something people buy on purpose, and it makes your yard smell danger to birds even when you can't notice it. Number 2. Your yard smells like danger, and you don't even realize it. Most people use normal yard products: weed killer, bug spray, ant granules, even those scented outdoor candles or citronella torches, because it feels responsible. But birds live in a world of scent and residue. Even if you can't smell it, they can read it like a warning sign. Here's the problem. Chemicals don't just kill pests. They wipe out the tiny insects and larvae birds depend on, especially during nesting season. And when food disappears, birds don't argue with your intentions, they leave. The fix is simple. If you want birds, stop treating your yard like a sterile showroom. Swap to spot treatment instead of blanket spraying. Use physical barriers when you can, and let a little imperfect exist. A yard with a few weeds is a yard with life, and life is what birds are scanning for. Number 3. Your feeder and bath are quietly spreading sickness. This one is uncomfortable, but it matters. Most people think, I'm feeding birds, so I'm helping. But when feeders and baths aren't cleaned, they become crowded contact points, like a dirty water fountain in a busy gym. Here's the problem. One sick bird can contaminate the spot, and then the rest of the flock cycles through it. Birds don't need a dramatic reason to disappear. A few bad experiences, and they learn. The fix is simple. Clean feeders and baths on a schedule, not when you remember. Hot water and a safe disinfecting routine, then let it dry. Also rotate feeding spots if you can. When the area feels fresh again, birds return with confidence. Number 4. You've accidentally created a cat ambush zone. Stay with me here, because this is the one most people don't want to hear. Even if you don't own a cat, neighborhood cats patrol like clockwork. And if your feeder is near thick shrubs, low branches, or a cozy hiding place, birds feel that pressure immediately. Here's the problem. Birds don't need to be attacked to leave. They just need to feel hunted. One shadow, one sprint, one close call. Then the feeder becomes not worth it. The fix is simple. Pull cover back from the feeding zone. Create a clear buffer so cats can't hide within pounce distance, and place feeding areas where birds can see the ground around them. And wait until you hear number 5, because it's not about food at all. but it's the reason many perfect yards still feel empty. Number 5. Your yard is missing water that feels safe. Most people assume birds will find water somewhere, or they put out a bird bath once. It gets warm, dirty, or still, and they forget about it. But what comes next surprises most people, because it's not about food at all. In many neighborhoods, birds will choose a reliable water source over a full feeder. Here's the problem. Still, murky water feels risky. It can signal bacteria, it can attract predators, and it doesn't help birds clean their feathers properly. In hot months, water becomes survival, not a bonus. The fix is simple. Refresh water often and make it feel alive. Add a small dripper, a solar bubbler, or even a slow drip from a bottle. Moving water catches light, makes sound, and tells birds, this is safe enough to land. Number 6. Your yard is loud and unpredictable at the wrong times. If you've made it this far, this next one changes how you think about peace and quiet. Most people don't notice the rhythm of their own yard door slams. Barking bursts, kids sprinting out, a leaf blower every afternoon, speakers on the patio, even reflective wind chimes. Here's the problem. Birds can adapt to steady sounds. What they struggle with is sudden movement and random spikes. It feels like a threat pattern, so they stop committing. They might fly over, but they won't land. The fix is simple. Create a predictable calm window. Pick a time morning is best, and keep that 20-30 minutes lower activity near feeders and water. You're not being silent. You're giving birds a schedule they can trust. Number 7. You've made your yard too tidy to support life. For humans, tidy feels like pride. For birds, tidy can be a food desert. Most people rake everything, trim everything, clear every fallen leaf, remove every messy corner. But birds don't just eat seed. They eat what the seed attracts: insects, larvae, tiny life hiding in leaf litter and natural edges. Here's the problem. When you remove the messy layer, you remove the entire buffet, especially for parents feeding chicks. So the birds visit less, then stop. The fix is simple. Practice strategic untidiness. Leave a small leaf pile. Let one hedge grow a little wild. Keep a corner where nature can do its thing. And stay with me, because number 8 is the mistake people make while trying to be helpful, and it's the reason some yards go quiet overnight. Number 8, you're helping in a way that scares birds off fast by making the feeding area feel unsafe overnight. Most people top off the feeder at night, leave seeds scattered on the ground, or keep the area lit up with a bright floodlight or motion light because it feels secure. Here's the problem. Spilled seed attracts rodents. Rodents attract predators. And predators leave signs, scent, tracks, quick flashes in the dark. Birds show up in the morning and read your yard like a crime scene. If it feels active at night, they don't settle. The fix is simple. Feed in the morning, not at bedtime. Clean up spilled seed. And if you use motion lights, aim them away from the feeder zone so birds don't associate that area with sudden blasts of light. Number 9, you're accidentally poisoning the food chain. This isn't sentiment, it's ecology. Most songbirds don't raise their chicks on seed. They raise them on insects, soft, protein-rich insects. Here's the problem. When you spray for mosquitoes, treat the lawn, or dust plants for bugs, you're removing the exact thing baby birds need. Parents may still visit your feeder, but when they can't find enough natural food, nesting fails. And a yard that doesn't support nesting stops being a place birds return to. The fix is simple. Reduce broad spraying, support native plants, and let your yard host some bugs. A bird-friendly yard is not a bug-free yard. It's a balanced yard. And now, number 10, the one that hits closest to home because it feels harmless. Number 10, you keep changing everything right when birds start to trust you. A new feeder style every week, moving the feeder across the yard, a new shiny decoration, a different spot for the bird bath, trimming the hedge they used as cover. You think you're upgrading. Birds think the environment is unstable. Here's the problem. Birds return to places that feel consistent. Trust is built through repetition. Break the pattern, and they reset their caution. The fix is simple. Once you find a setup that works, stop improving it for a while. Keep the layout steady for a full season. Let birds learn your yard is reliable. So tell me in the comments, which one surprised you the most, and which one are you going to fix first? And if your yard went quiet recently, share what changed. Those details matter more than you think. I'll see you in the next one.